How do you add more romance to your marriage? If you find your marriage is in trouble right now, visit hopeformymarriage.com and download our free marriage repair handbook. Give yourself an advantage in putting together the marriage you've always wanted. So, how do you add more romance to your marriage? Well, first of all, you've got to define what's romantic to your spouse as opposed to what's romantic to you. Sometimes we project what we feel is romantic in our own minds, what we would like to receive, and we project that onto our spouse, and we can totally miss the mark in what is romantic for them. Now, I think it's a little bit of a ploy, but I've learned over the years that most women find it romantic and sexy when their husbands do work around the house. Again, I think it could be rigged, but I've heard that many times over. That's not what I think of with romance. To me, romance would be flowers and chocolates and things of that nature. But what I really find romance is all about is it's about making your spouse feel cherished. And that's the word that I want you to lock into. When your spouse feels cherished, when they feel appreciated, when they feel loved, that's when romance, if you will, is at its peak. And part of the way you foster that is you look for ways to do selfless things for the sake of your partner. And that's why, I laugh about house cleaning, but one of the things I've learned is, especially when we had young children, being willing to put aside what I might want to do to help around the house made my wife feel cherished and appreciated, and as we were a team. And so doing that was very romantic. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't negate things like flowers and chocolates and nights away, but the reality is, day by day by day by day, the thing that I can do that is most romantic is I can give away a little of myself for her sake. And that doesn't have to be just housework, guys. That could be a little note, just a text that says, I love you. Part of this is learning what is your spouse's love language. My spouse, it's words, it's gifts, and it's service. Those three things are so meaningful to her. So if I take the time to say, I love you, if I take the time to give her a hug, if I take the time to send her a note, if I take the time to do a little work around the house, those little investments into her are what build her up. And that's what sparks the fires of romance. It makes it much easier for the romantic fires to burn when the selfish motivations are out of the way and we take on a selfless approach to our relationship with our spouse. So just a few thoughts for you today. Hope you find those helpful, and talk to you again soon.